Hey guys, this is the Bombay Chef Varun Inamdar and welcome to Get Curried. When we talk about cooking techniques, pan searing is one of those that takes chicken to a completely different level. And with the combination of garlic, basil and olive oil, you're in for a sure treat. Today, let's make a simple restaurant-style meal which is called pesto chicken. So let's get cracking. The first step is to get our pesto right, which is an Italian sauce made out of basil leaves. So the first thing is, I'm taking the basil leaves in a grinder. To this, the next thing that goes in are some cloves of garlic, followed by some cashew nuts. I'm using cashew nuts because they are economically viable and easily available in India. But nevertheless, the original recipe calls for pine nuts. The next thing that goes in is Parmesan cheese. I'm going to grate this. To bring out the flavors and to season the sauce, a little bit of salt. Add lesser because the Parmesan already has salt, and with that, a little bit of pepper. To grind this, I'm going to use some olive oil, and this is a sauce that does not use water at all. Grind this into a fine or a coarse paste depending on your choice. With this, a basil pesto is ready, and this is traditionally made in a mortar and pestle. Now that's ready, let's move on to prepping the chicken. I've taken a breast of chicken. I'm going to trim all the fat. The next step is to retain the shoulder bone and trim all the meat around it. This step is classically known as Frenching the bone. However, if you're not comfortable keeping the bone, you can remove it off from here, or alternately use boneless chicken. The next step is creating some gashes. Instead of creating gashes like we always do, I'm going to cut them in a crisscross pattern so that eventually it looks nice on the plate. With this, a chicken breast is ready. Let's process the other pieces similarly. All these trimmings can be used for a nice and simple stir fry, so do not discard this. Now that the chicken is trimmed and ready, let's begin marinating it. To this, I'll be adding in a basil pesto, and along with this, some salt and some olive oil. Give this a nice mix. Make sure the pesto is rubbed into each and every gash and crevice, and allow this to marinate for a minimum of 30 minutes. The chicken has marinated for 30 minutes. Let's now begin pan searing it. For that, I've taken an iron pan in which I'm adding very little of olive oil again. Let the oil be minimum because the marination already has a lot of oil. The next thing is to place the gash side in oil and allow it to pan sear. Increase the flame and allow it to pan sear on high flame for 2 minutes. Time to give this a flip. Allow this to pan sear on the second side as well for 2 minutes. And while doing this, let's put in the remaining sauce. This step is technically called basting and keeps the meat nice and juicy. At this stage, we need to lower the flame, tilt the pan, and throw the oil on the chicken piece. Once this is done, on low flame itself, we need to cover this and allow this to cook for 10 to 12 minutes. Generally in restaurants, at this stage, I plunge it into an oven at 200 degrees for 12 minutes again. Let's give this a quick check. To serve this with, I'm just going to use some cherry tomatoes. Cut these into random halves like so. And you can also retain a few whole ones. Increase the flame, turn the pan on one side and throw in the tomatoes. Once this is done, off goes the flame and let's begin to serve. And finally, some fresh leaves of basil. With this, your simple restaurant-style chicken pesto is ready. To try pesto pasta, check the link in the description box below. And while you're trying this, wait for what next the Bombay chef gets into your kitchen. Also, do not forget to like and share our videos and subscribe to get curried.